Hello? Hello?
All right. Welcome to tonight's debate. I am Mr. Earthquake, the president of the natural disasters here in Washington. And tonight we're trying to get to figure out who the best vice president is. So I encourage all of you to vote and let us know what you think or who you think should be the winner. All right. We'll kick it off with some questions. So the first one for today, to try to figure out who the second in command is going to be, is which parts of the state do you plan to affect the most? We'll start off with tsunami.
Well, did you know that Washington has over 3,000 miles of coastline, and I affect all of them? And the outer coast during a major earthquake will probably drop 6 feet at least, meaning that I will be able to go even farther inland. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my Eastern Washington constituents. I also like to affect lakes.
Very strong points. All right. That's going to be tough to follow up. What do you have to say to that, Volcano?
Well, here in Washington, we have 5 active volcanoes, and we're all a little bit different. Have our own personalities, I have to say. But Mount St. Helens and Glacier Peak have both erupted enough ash in their largest eruptions to cover the entire state of Washington and beyond. And don't forget my lahars. When the snow starts to melt, can fill those entire river valleys, buries forests, and causes rivers to flood in new ways for decades. I will affect this state, and I promise.
Let's go to our next question. How often you visit the great people of Washington? This time, we'll start with Volcano.
Excuse me, I was coming through the neighborhood and I noticed, Mr. President, that there's a debate. I'm Wildfire. You need me as your vice president. I am here every year. I know the constituents very well.
Attention. We were trying to have this debate. Can we put you on mute real quick? Because I want to hear the answers from both Volcano and Tsunami.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, as I was saying, can we start with Volcano?
Indeed, Mr. President. Just a reminder, we have 5 active volcanoes in the state. I can't stress that enough. I must say, we have eruptions several times per century. That's frequency for you. Sometimes it's a big explosion, sometimes it's several explosions, sometimes a lahar, sometimes a lava flow, sometimes we build a dome. But we're always building something in Washington, creating new ground. I will stick around for decades sometimes too, as well. You will not see my opponent sticking around for that long. I can guarantee that.
Talk about playing the long game. I like that. Sounds good. All right. What about you, Tsunami?
Well, I have visited several times in the last 100 years, thanks to local landslides, but every couple hundred of years, I like to visit and make a big splash. The last time was in 1700, so it's about time for me to visit again. You never know when I might drop by.
So, I want to ask, are either of you in favor of increasing or decreasing preparedness here in Washington State? Can we start with Tsunami?
I like a challenge, so I am all in favor of increasing preparedness. Washington, are you tsunami ready?
Ooh, that's catchy. How about you, Volcano?
No, slogans aside, well, I'm gonna erupt someday. Might as well be ready if you live in a volcano hazard zone, because ready or not, here I come.
I do want to move on to closing comments. Okay, so Volcano, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I would like to begin by reminding everyone that volcanic eruptions have literally built part of this state. You would have nothing to stand on without me. With that, the mountain is out.
Wow, things are getting way too heated here, especially with wildfire showing up. Tsunami is splashing water all over the place. We'll just have to continue this some other time. Stay tuned, and don't forget to vote for your favorite candidate.
Washington is home to amazing wonders and many hazards. Learn more about the hazards near you at mil.wa.gov/hazards.